Hello world, it's February 19th, 2026. Welcome to a new edition of Cyber Briefing by Cyber Material. Cyber alerts brought to you by 911 Cyber. Dell RecoverPoint VM 0-day exploited. A critical vulnerability in Dell RecoverPoint for virtual machines has been active as a 0-day since mid-2024 by a suspected Chinese threat group known as UMC 6201. The flaw involves hard-coded credentials that allow unauthenticated attackers to gain root access and deploy persistent backdoors like Brickstorm and its stealthier successor, Grimbolt. CISA flags 4 flaws actively exploited. The U.S. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency recently expanded its known exploited vulnerabilities catalog by adding 4 specific flaws currently being utilized by attackers. These vulnerabilities impact various systems, including Google Chrome, Microsoft Windows, and specialized security software, with a strict patching deadline set for federal agencies to mitigate the risks. Knidu firmware backdoor hits Android. Kaspersky has identified a sophisticated Android backdoor named Knidu that is embedded directly into device firmware to harvest data and enable remote control. This malware, which has affected thousands of users globally, is integrated during the firmware build phase and can even be delivered through official over-the-air updates. Cyber events. Tailscale Winter Update is a live online event on February 20, 2026, highlighting major platform enhancements across secure connectivity, AI system security, compliance, and performance. The session covers streamlined workload connectivity, improved visibility and control, and secure integration of distributed infrastructure without added complexity. Designed for engineers, SREs, platform teams, and security professionals. For more events, find the link in the podcast description. Cyber incidents brought to you by 911 Cyber. Adidas probes third-party data breach. Adidas is currently investigating a data breach involving an independent partner that handles the company's martial arts product distribution. While hackers claim to have stolen over 800,000 rows of sensitive technical and personal data, Adidas maintains that its own internal systems and customer platforms remain secure. Cyber attack leaks 115K Asahi records. A cyber attack on Asahi Group Holdings resulted in the confirmed leak of over 115,000 sets of personal records belonging to both employees and corporate clients. Following significant operational disruptions at its domestic plants, the company has now implemented stricter security protocols and dedicated oversight to prevent future breaches. Hacker accessed 1.2 million bank accounts. A French national database containing information on 1.2 million bank accounts using stolen credentials from a public official. While personal details like names and account numbers were viewed, authorities confirmed that the breach did not allow for the viewing of balances or the execution of financial transactions. Cyber jobs. Global Relay is hiring a cybersecurity specialist for a hybrid role in London, United Kingdom. Designed for experienced cybersecurity professionals, the role focuses on advanced incident response, security tool deployment, vulnerability management, cryptography, and regulatory compliance within highly regulated environments. For more jobs, find the link in the podcast description. Cyber News brought to you by 911 Cyber. DEF CON bans named Epstein files. The DEF CON Hacker Conference has officially banned Vincenzo Iozzo, Joichi Ito, and Pablos Holman following the release of Justice Department documents linking them to Jeffrey Epstein. These individuals were reportedly involved in facilitating Epstein's interest in major cybersecurity gatherings, leading to their permanent removal from the event's sanctioned attendee list. Spanish police arrest hotel hacker. Spanish authorities have apprehended a 20-year-old man for allegedly hacking a hotel booking platform to secure luxury accommodations for just 1 cent. This unprecedented cybercrime involved manipulating payment validation systems to make high-end reservations appear fully paid, despite the massive price discrepancy. Irish regulator probes X over Grok. Ireland's Data Protection Commission has initiated a formal investigation into X following reports that its Grok AI tool generated significant amounts of non-consensual sexualized imagery. The inquiry specifically examines whether the platform violated European data protection laws by processing personal data to create harmful content, including images depicting children. Cyber tip of the day. CISA flags 4 flaws actively exploited. CISA has added 4 vulnerabilities to its known exploited vulnerabilities catalog after confirming active abuse in the wild. The flaws affect platforms including Google Chrome, Microsoft Windows Components, Zimbra Collaboration Suite, and Threat Sonar anti-ransomware. Federal agencies have been given a strict deadline to patch. What you should do: identify whether affected software exists in your environment. Apply vendor patches for Chrome, Windows, Zimbra, and Threat Sonar immediately. Prioritize internet-facing systems and collaboration platforms. Monitor for unusual login activity or file uploads. Remove or isolate legacy components that are no longer supported. Why this matters. Inclusion in CISA's exploited list means attackers are already weaponizing these flaws. Delayed patching increases the likelihood of data theft, malware deployment, and system takeover, especially on exposed or outdated systems. Cyberbook of the Day. Race After Technology by Ruha Benjamin is a critical examination of how emerging technologies can reproduce and amplify social inequality. Designed for scholars, technologists, policymakers, and readers interested in ethics and social justice, it introduces the concept of the new Jim Code to analyze how automated systems can embed and normalize bias while appearing neutral. The book emphasizes sociological insight, critical analysis of technological design, and the broader societal impact of algorithmic systems. For more books, find the link in the podcast description. Cyber Tool of the Day. Sharp RDP is an open-source .NET post-exploitation tool used to execute commands over the remote desktop protocol in Windows environments. Designed for penetration testers and red team operators, it enables headless RDP sessions, authenticated command execution, and lateral movement using legitimate credentials. The tool emphasizes practical assessment of remote access controls and detection capabilities within enterprise Windows networks. For more tools, find the link in the podcast description. Cyberstocks. Cybersecurity equities on Thursday, 19 February 2026, generally trended lower alongside broader tech weakness, with major names reacting to earnings guidance revisions, profit-taking, and rotation within growth sectors. Checkpoint Software Technologies Limited was near $171.48 and moved lower, with defensive security stocks lagging broader tech weakness. SentinelOne Inc. was around $13.22 and dipped as smaller AI-centric endpoint protection names were sensitive to risk-off flows. Rapid7 Inc. traded near $10.81 and was lower, consistent with mixed sentiment in vulnerability management and SIEM exposures. Carbark Software Ltd. was near $391.77 and moved down, reflecting broad security sector pressure. Tenable Holdings Inc. closed around $21.23 and declined, aligned with mid-cap cybersecurity softness. For more headlines, visit cybermaterial.com.